What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. It looks as though heads are starting to roll and the fallout is starting to happen, and as a result of Diddy getting arrested. Now, the one thing that everybody is speculating about is who's on the tapes and who's also going to be implicated as a result of Diddy now being arrested in Manhattan. And for a second time, which we're going to cover tomorrow, for a second time, he's been denied bail. So his lawyer is working feverishly. And one thing that he did is he went on CNN and he spoke about the fact that the Cassie allegations or the perspective, even with the hotel video being released, that it wasn't a freak off as a result of her trying to leave. It was her going through his phone and then finding other women because obviously Diddy is never committed to one woman. And even publicly, he said on podcasts and different shows that he just free. That's when he started to name himself Brother Love, when he started to have those type of conversations. But that Cassie had discovered a woman in his phone, and then she hit him in the head with the phone and took his clothes, and that's what she had in the bag. And this is what the lawyer was saying. So I'm just giving y'all the cliff notes because I don't want to go through it again, but I reviewed it on the Millionaire Morning Show. And as a result, that's why he was running down the hallway with the socks and the towel on, is because he didn't have no other clothes. Now, I don't know how true that is. I know that there's a lot of people that want to see Diddy go down, but that's not even a conversation that we have in today. Kevin Liles and several other music executives are starting to fall, and I don't even want to say fall. They're exiting their posts within the music industry from 300 Entertainment, from Warner Music Group. Kevin Liles specifically has been with Warner Music Group since 2004. So all of these longtime music executives are starting to fall and exit out of the industry. And so let's just go through it a little bit. And then I'm gonna also show you the post from Kevin Liles, and we're gonna read his statement as to why he just so happened to, resign and step down and hand over the reins to the new regime of music. All right. So this is courtesy of TMZ, and it's saying that Kevin Liles quit Warner Music. Goes on to say that hip hop music industry vet Kevin Liles is resigning from his Warner Music Group executive VP gig. On Tuesday, Liles sent the company a memo announcing his resignation as chairman and CEO of Warner Music's 300 Electra Entertainment chairman, passing the torch to seasoned vets Raina Bass, Selim Boab, and Greg Nadal. It goes on to say, after a decade, it's time to pass the torch via X, currently or formerly known as Twitter. On September 30th, I'll be departing three 300 Electra Entertainment and Warner Music Group, and our incredibly talented homegrown leaders. And then he goes on to say it. So let's go over to X and let's see if we can mine this out so we can get a better understanding of what's going on. This was his letter. He said, team, from the start, 300 was centered around the idea that when you intensely focus on servicing artists and the culture, good things happen. When we combine that intention with our fearlessness, creativity, and passion, it unlocked greatness and delivered impact. Next month, 300 will be celebrating his 10th anniversary of greatness and impact. I wanted to take a moment to express my gratitude to our team and share some news. He goes on to talk about a decade of influence. Let's see if we can get anything else out of this. Uh, then we became part of the WMG family, joined forces with Greg, and all of that, so on and so forth. Cultural impact we created in 10 years, it started from scratch, is simply unmatched. 300 has never been about one person or one artist. It's a movement united in belief in our culture and community. Personally, I'm looking forward to my next chapter where I will continue to learn, listen, learn, and lead and love. Specifically, I will be continuing to fight to end the criminalization of hip hop lyrics, exemplified by the unjust prosecution of Jeffrey Williams. And in short term, I'll be dedicating all of my other time to making history by electing Kamala Harris as the first African American female president, as well as holding the Senate and winning back the House to make Hakeem Jeffries the first African American speaker. This chapter may be closing, but always remember, hashtag the job is not done. I have full faith in the leadership of Raina, Salim, and Greg, and I want to extend my sincere thank you to Lynn and the senior leaders at WMG who have empowered our success, particularly Robert, Max, and Julie. Thank you, God bless, Kevin Liles. So, Kevin Liles has now exited, but there is speculation that he is trying to get ahead of, and it's not just him, that all music executives are trying to get ahead of, since Warner, since 2004, formerly housed Diddy's Bad Boy Records, are trying to get ahead of the prosecution, considering that Diddy has tapes and is starting to be a fallout within the music and entertainment industry. Now, I believe that there are a lot of people that were a part of this. And I also believe that when you start to throw around that racketeering and trafficking accusation, things get a little bit sketchy. I personally don't believe that it's just by coincidence that Kevin Liles just so happened to want to retire. Now you can say, well, yeah, it just so happens to be coincidence that the day that Diddy got arrested, which was yesterday, that Kevin Niles decided to announce his resignation. 365 days of the year, over 20 years of running 300 Electra, whatever it is you want to call the label, entertainment, which also housed Young Thug and YSL, that on that day, on September 17th, that Diddy just so happened to get arrested and he can't make bail. And we all know that Russell Simmons ain't even gonna leave Bali to even step foot over here because he ain't trying to get convicted and arrested either. Although he was named in a bunch of lawsuits previously as a result of this New York and Los Angeles Survivors Act and all of this stuff. I don't believe even for a moment that these people are just so happen to be resigning on these days. I think that it's a lot of people that smartened up and they said, you know what, we're going to get ahead of this. And again, this is just my opinion. I believe that they're saying we're going to get ahead of this. I think that the fallout is real. And I've been saying this, and I had a conversation about this on After Hours. We're going to talk about it with Mika, Quentin, and Slimmy tomorrow on After Hours. And I also believe that these labels and these entertainment industries no longer want to be associated with the old regime, or anybody for that matter that was associated with or can be tied to Diddy or anybody else that may or may not have been in these videos as far as these freak offs. And so I think that the music industry is going to be turned upside down. Independence is now going to be the wave anyway. So, I'm curious as to what you guys think. I will stay on top of this as usual. Anything related to popular culture and coming back to the money, we're gonna be talking about it on the Millionaire Morning Show and then After Hours tomorrow. But Kevin Liles has officially stepped down from 300E Entertainment, Electra and Entertainment, and Warner Music Group. And there's a new regime of people that are homegrown that is starting to take the reins. We know that the music industry is starting to be laid off, and there's basically a conviction by public opinion, and people want to go after the heads and all of these people that used to be their heroes. They loved you yesterday and then they're going to turn on you tomorrow, and so they want to go after you. I still don't believe that trafficking is the charge that should be levied against some of these people like Diddy. Trafficking is usually tied to prostitution, is usually tied to somebody pimping somebody. It's also tied to something that is really aligned with children. I have not heard anything about anybody that is underage that has been participating with Diddy. And I think that they're using the trafficking charge, which could ultimately carry life based off of what it is that they're charging it from. So far, I believe that they're leveraging the trafficking charge to possibly coerce or push him into a plea deal, and then also push him to participate in exposing other people that are a part of the entertainment industry. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. I will stay on top of it. Make sure you tap into the Patreon link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley 40% off your first order plus a free gift. And then last but not least, I will be on tour and I want y'all to pull up. First two shows. Let's rant about it. I'm gonna pin that to the top of the chat as well as putting that in the description. Let's rant about it. We are going to be in Atlanta on November 14th and I'm sorry, November 2nd, and then Detroit on December 14th, and we are going to be kicking it. Use discount code Anton. Discount code Anton. If you guys want to get a significant discount off your tickets, come kick it with your boy. And then I'm also probably going to do some form of a Patreon meetup on those days or after those days. I love you. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna keep y'all in the loop. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.